Hello, my name is Kevin Yoakum, and I'll be your instructor over the next 8 weeks. Now, 8 weeks is going to fly by. You know that, and I know that. And getting through General A&P in 8 weeks is a pretty tall order to ask for any of you. So right away, I want to eliminate any nervousness or anxiety that you may be having uh, for this course. I mean, most students have some anxiety taking this course over 16 weeks. So I want to reassure you that this 8 weeks will be very smooth. You're going to be packing in quite a bit of information. So, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to make it difficult on you, and you certainly don't need to make it difficult on yourself. Just pace yourselves. 8 weeks flies by, so it's very important that you spend at least, I would say, at least 15 hours a week. So 2 hours a day on average, you're going to want to be working on uh, your A&P. So anyway, I want to just get that out of the way first. Secondly, please email me whenever you have questions or are unsure about where to go for answers, or how to better understand a concept or a topic. So I've sent out an announcement, so you have my email that way. I'll go through the syllabus. My email is in there, and I'll show you a couple of other spots where you can email me. I'm very responsive with emails. I generally respond within 24 hours, many times within an hour. So, but anyway, please feel free to reach out anytime you have questions. I'll also discuss office hours so we can meet in a Zoom setting like this if you want to discuss anything that way. So let's get right to it. I'll introduce myself. My name is Kevin Yoakum. I've been teaching A&P to medical students since May of 2000. So long time, over 20 years, and circumstances have put us in this position to be teaching virtually, which is fine. I've been prepared for that for many years. I'm very familiar with Blackboard and the online learning as well as face-to-face. So again, I want to assure you that I'm here to help you, even if this is a very short period of time and we are not able to meet face to face. So my background is in orthopedics, and so I know some of you may be PTA students or nursing students that want to go into orthopedics. But that's what my clinical background was generally focused on. But if you've never used Blackboard, this is the home page. This is where you'll see announcements archived throughout the semester. Again, whenever I send an announcement, you'll also receive an email with that, but they are archived there. This is the announcement that you received the other day in an email. I think it was yesterday. On Sunday, more early Monday morning. Okay, so let's go through the syllabus next. So anyway, that's where the announcements will be located. Now, there's a couple of tabs over here that say syllabus. The first one will open up a window that will show you a Word doc version of the syllabus. So if you click that, it'll download a Word doc version. So you can print that off if you'd like. And I'm going to pull one up here in just a second, and we can go through that together. But the course outcome summary, this is set forth by the state of Wisconsin. This is something that I'll pull up as well, but it basically outlines all of the objectives and you probably don't want to go through that too much unless you have an insomnia issue and you need something to put you to sleep. But it's a lot of verbiage, it's a lot of terminology, but it does outline pretty much everything that we're going to do over the next 8 weeks as set forth by the state of Wisconsin. So, uh, so anyway, let's go through the syllabus. If you click this, if you're not familiar with Google Docs, it's very similar to Word. If you click that, this is a hyperlink, and it'll open up a couple of options for you. What we're going to do is open this with Google Docs. And from here, this looks just like the Word document version. And you can, again, if you click this like we did earlier, you're going to download it and have the Word doc version. If you hit the hyperlink, it'll take you to the Google Doc version. Again, you may not have Word, or you may be using a tablet or a cell phone, so you can access Google Docs from a search engine. So, which is kind of nice. But anyway, let's go through the syllabus together. We see that, again, the meeting times and dates it's an online asynchronous course, so we don't have any specific times when we do meet. The start date, of course, is today, October 19th, and we conclude on Friday, December 11th. Instructional delivery method, of course, online, online, online. Now, there is a link here and another one here that you can go to. This is my Zoom office, basically. So it also is where, if we were meeting live, where we would have our live class sessions. So my office hours are down here. I'm in my Zoom room during these times. So if you, and I also have a hyperlink, so you don't have to come into the syllabus to access the Zoom room where my office is. I'll show you over here, there's a hyperlink that'll take you to the Zoom room. But anyway, it's also in the syllabus. There are multiple ways to access that. What this means is, so my office hour, this is my office phone number. I'm not in my office. I'm working from home. So if you do want to connect with me, the best way is going to be through email. And if you do need to meet with me in a live setting through Zoom, you can either stop in on Tuesdays or Thursdays between 10:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m., or on Wednesday between 10 and noon, or 5 and 6. So basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I do have live office hours. And basically what that means is I'm in my Zoom room office, and you can just click either on this Zoom room link, either one of these will take you to the same place in the syllabus. Or if we go back to our Blackboard page, there's a link here that says Zoom office hours. So if you click that during these times, then I will be able to chat. So if you click that and it's not letting you in, or if it's saying that it's waiting for the host, uh, I may be in I may be meeting with another student. So please send me an email and let me know that you're in the waiting room, or you're trying to get into the Zoom room. So I know. But generally, if I'm not meeting with anyone at the time that you come in, you should be able to just click the link and it'll take you right in, and we'll be able to discuss whatever it is we need to discuss. and I can share my screens with you. You can share your screens with me if you need to. I mean, it's basically like meeting in a face-to-face setting. So, but anyway, those are those hours: Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10:30 to 11:30. Wednesdays, 10 to noon, and 5 to 6 p.m. Now, if those times don't work and you really need to meet in the Zoom, let me know and we can set up a time. Okay, course description just goes through and tells us that we're focused really on structural aspects of the human body. This is general anatomy and physiology. So the goal is to really focus on what are these structures. So that's kind of what the course description says. We take a systematic approach. We go body system by body system. We do have a couple of required texts. They're both virtual, they're both online. You get the first one is free, the actual textbook. It's called Openstacks. So this is a hyperlink to get to Openstacks. And again, there's another spot we can get to Openstacks, which we'll look at in a few minutes in Blackboard. So it's free, so no, you don't have to pay for it. It's an excellent text. We do use that same OpenStax text in advanced A&P. Um, so keep that in mind. We actually use it a little bit more, I would say, for advanced than maybe in here, but it would encourage you to get acclimated to the OpenStax textbook. And if you really prefer a hard copy or a physical copy of an anatomy and physiology textbook, please send me an email and I'll give you a couple of I'll give you some advice and some direction as to how to approach acquiring a physical copy of a text. So anyway, just let me know if you really are uncomfortable with the virtual textbook platform and you do desire a physical copy of a text. Okay, please email me if that's the case. Visible body courseware and apps. Now this one you definitely need to have access to. It's very important. Your not quite half of your grade, about 450 out of 1100 points are going to be quizzes that you're going to take throughout the semester over these next 8 weeks in visible body. So you need to make sure that you access that. And again, we'll discuss how to go about that in just a couple of minutes. Okay, and then there's a course outcome summary. Again, that's we saw that a few minutes ago in Blackboard. We didn't look at it specifically. I'll tell you what, I'll pull it up just so you can see what it looks like. And again, this is from the state of Wisconsin, Wisconsin Technical College System. So this is the same course that you would take at any of the 16 technical colleges located throughout the state. So anyhow, it goes through, I warned you, there's a lot of verbiage, there's a lot of words in there that maybe aren't that interesting to you, but from my perspective, this is basically how I design your course. So if you're ever unsure of, especially if you're going through OpenStacks or you're reading through text or you're looking through visible body and maybe you're a little bit unsure of what uh, maybe some information just seems to be too much, especially if it involves functional aspects. That's probably stuff for advanced A&P. So, some students will either they'll email me or they'll figure it out on their own and just move apart from some of the more complex information they may come across, or they'll refer to this course outcome summary and check the learning objectives and see if that's what they're studying is even relevant. So I'm not going to belabor that, but that's there for you to peruse if you really feel like you need to. All right, and then lastly, really in the syllabus, probably the information that most students are interested in is how they're going to be graded, and how many points do I need to attain to get whatever grade it is you desire to achieve. So I'm sure most of you are, pardon me. I'm sure most of you are striving for the grade of an A. So the entire course is out of 1,100 points. So you want to be around that 10-20 range or so to get an A. And again, we do minuses. So if you A minus a 990 out of 1,100, I'll put you in that range. But anyway, this is the grade range, and you're really just working towards 1,100 points. And how do you get that 1,100 points? Well, you're going to have 5 unit assignments. So I'm going to pull those up here in a few minutes and show you what. Well, I'm not going to pull all 5 of them up, but I'll pull one up. They're all the same format. And so I'll pull one of them up and go through kind of what I expect as far as those go. But you're going to have 5 of those, and they're 100 points apiece. And then you're going to have 45, and it just seems like a lot, but it really isn't. These are short quizzes. They're about 10 questions each, but they're in the visible body course. So you need to make sure, again, that you are able to acquire visible body. And then you'll have an online or a Blackboard final exam. So your exam, which again, we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. So anyhow, this is how your points end up getting to 1,100. So pretty straightforward. You're going to have 5 big assignments that you're going to need to put into the Dropbox in Blackboard. And then you're going to have 45 little quizzes and again, 8 weeks, 7 days in a week. So, and it's actually a little less than 8 weeks. It's probably closer to about 7 weeks. It's 8 weeks less about 2 days, because we end on a Friday at midnight and we begin on a Monday. So we're 2 days short of 56 days. So 54 days, you have 45 quizzes. So, and again, they're only 10 questions, and they're not timed. You can zip through them at a pretty good pace. So some students do a couple of them a day till they're done with them. Some students go through the units, and then they take them in chunks and do 6 or 8 of them at a time, 6 different times. I mean, so this truly is your experience. How you pace yourself, how you go about getting the work completed is truly up to you. I just ask that you get everything completed by the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. on Friday, December 11th. So anyway, again, Friday, December 11th, 11:59 p.m. Other than that, I'm not going to go through any more with the syllabus. I think you can certainly read through some of the other stuff, but for the most part, that's what most students are going to be interested in, is how they're going to get graded. I did want to mention too, in the syllabus, it does discuss tutoring and learning success. So if you do have the need for any type of assistance, please reach out to me, and I can put you with some individuals and that will help you in any way that they can as well. You may just need temporary tutoring. You may need a Zoom tutor session. Uh, you may maybe you need some face-to-face tutoring. Our campuses are open to offer, and they do offer face-to-face tutoring. So if the online platform is getting to be too much and you just need to go in and meet with a tutor for an hour or so face-to-face at Elkhorn or Racine or Kenosha, please, again, let me know, and I will put you in touch with some folks that can get that going. So anyway, that's pretty much it. There's some COVID-19 information. Again, if you do go on any of the campuses, we do ask that you wear them. It's the same as everywhere, right? I mean, Wisconsin's a hot spot. So if you're living in Wisconsin, you know this already. But you know, we need to wear our masks. We need to social distance. We need to wash our hands and just stay just the usual what you're used to doing in public. Gateway campuses also ask that you do the same thing. So anyway, having said all that, that's the syllabus. Let's go back into Blackboard. A couple of items that we need to go through. Again, very short and sweet. I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I do want to go through a couple of items here, basically kind of where you're going to spend most of your time when you're ready to submit some of your assignments. Now, I also want to mention, I don't have it in the syllabus, but I do want to mention I'm teaching a Zoom live General A&P. We're in week 8 right now. We're starting into the nervous system and endocrine system, which is week 3 for you guys. You're welcome, and it's that same Zoom link that you use to get into my office hours. It's that same link will get you into the classroom. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:40 to 1:30-ish, and then from about 6 p.m. till around 8 p.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:40 to 1:30, and about 6:05 to 8:05, I'm live in the Zoom, and there's usually about 6 to 15 students in there. And you're welcome to join those. If you want to come into those classes as well, please do. You don't even need to email me and let me know. You can, I'd appreciate it if you did, but you don't have to. If you just have the urge or desire to join in one of those live sessions with my other general classes, you're welcome to do that too. So like I say, we're starting in on the nervous system and going through. So, I mean, you could feasibly join in every Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of the semester for the next 8 weeks, and you'll learn about Unit 3, 4, and 5, which would mean then Unit 1 and Unit 2, you would kind of pick up on your own. But I do have videos I have a YouTube channel that has videos of Unit 1 and Unit 2. So let me just go ahead and speak to that right now too. So Yoakum YouTube channel, if you click that, you're going to find videos for Unit 1 and Unit 2. And like I said, if you want to come in Tuesdays and Thursdays at either 11:40 or 6:05 and learn about Unit 3, Unit 4, and Unit 5, by all means, you're certainly welcome to do that. All right, so what's going to happen if you click on one of these Unit 1 folders? I have the links that'll take you into the Openstack's textbook. So if you click on that first one, it'll take you to the Openstack's introductory chapter. Once you're in OpenStacks, I just wanted to show you a couple of items. I really encourage you to go through OpenStacks and use some of the resources and tools they have. So it is again, it's a virtual text. You can highlight in it. You can take notes in it. You can take screenshots, you can save pages, you can print off aspects. There's a PDF too. You can download the PDF version of it, so you always have a PDF version. You can sometimes do more when you have a PDF version as well. So you want to take a look at that. I also wanted to show you, so what I have here, that hyperlink, and all of these links will take you to the introduction of that specific chapter. So I clicked on chapter 1, and again, you can go through and you can read through this stuff word for word, or you can just scan through and maybe look at maybe you're more of a visual learner. You can take a look. They have some excellent visuals. You can just read the captions of some of these figures. There's some bold printed terms that show up. it's very well put together. So again, please take advantage of using OpenStacks to really gain a solid understanding of what's going on. And again, there are also there's just that's the text aspect. There's also a key terms, kind of a section glossary. So each section or chapter, chapter one has a glossary. Every chapter has this key terms area. And that's going to come in handy. Again, you'll see here in a little while when I pull up your assignments, you're going to be doing some definitions and key terms. So again, you'll find some of those definitions right there for you. There's also a chapter review area. So I do encourage some students, if you're overwhelmed with some of the uh, amount of what's from each of these sections in the chapter, you may want to start each chapter instead of going through the beginning, start with the chapter review, view it as a chapter preview, and just kind of read through these little short snippets and breakdowns that'll help you, I think, as well. There are some interactive link questions, so you can view there's some videos and animations with some questions. You can certainly go through those. And then there are also some multiple choice review questions. There is an answer key for these. And again, this is all optional. You're not required to do any of this. I just am showing you the multiple features of OpenStacks. There is a um, kind of a student guide, so I'll pull that up as well here in just a second. So that does have, I think, answers to the even numbered ones or the odd numbered ones. Again, and that all of this is optional. I highly recommend, though, at the very least, using OpenStacks for some of the nice illustrations and images that they have, as well as the key terms and chapter review. Those two are excellent. Uh, okay, and then there's critical thinking questions. You can also go through those as well if you'd like. Again, it's not required. So I'm going to go back to the OpenStack's homepage for the anatomy and physiology text. There's a spot here that says student resources. So if you click that, there's a getting started guide that you can go through, a pronunciation guide, anatomy zone, which is another site that's going to have some kind of like a Quizlet type of helper site. And then this is that student solution guide that's going to give you some of the answers to those review questions that we just looked at. All right, reading and note-taking guide, student time management guide. Again, I think both of these are areas that students generally, the consensus is typically that time management is my biggest issue. So there are some nice strategies in here. So you may want to download that, and certainly some reading and note-taking suggestions as well. So anyway, each one of these links in the unit folders is going to just take you to the beginning of each of these chapters. So again, if I click on chapter 4, it's going to take me right to that introduction spot in chapter 4. And then from here, you can, you know, from here you can travel through the chapter, key terms, review, etc. So each chapter generally is the same setup. And again, you can download the PDF. Let me go back to this page again. I wanted to mention a couple of other things briefly. Again, the student resources, but over here we've got the table of contents. You click that and it'll pop it open that way. Yeah. And then the other items that we see, again, you can view the online version, which is how we've been viewing it. You can download an app that so you can have another app on your phone. You can download the PDF version as well. It also has order a print version, and then it opened up the three more options. If you have Bookshare, Kindle, or iBooks, I think a lot of you may have iBooks or Kindle. So you can download OpenStack's A&P right onto your Kindle or your iBooks, your iPad or iPhone. So the multiple ways to access the text. So, and it's awesome. We switched to this probably about 2 semesters ago. And again, after 20 years of teaching from a big boat anchor textbook that it has the exact same information, students were paying from the bookstore like $300 and $400 a semester for this book. And it didn't matter what text we went with, they're all about the same price. And OpenStax is free. So anyway, if you do want a hard copy, it will link you to Amazon, I believe, if you click that. But anyway, a physical copy of an A&P book, you could go to eBay and get an older edition that's a couple years old, really from any author, Martini, Kevin Patton, Elaine Marieb, Hole's Anatomy. The list goes on. There are several different authors of anatomy and physiology textbooks and they're all excellent. So if you want to spend $20 or $30 on a used edition from a few years back, by all means, go for it. But I will say this is an excellent online resource. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you that is supplemental. You don't need to feel obligated to do this. I have a data bank of videos on what's called Padlet. A Padlet is like a wiki board, and if you click on any of these, if you click on this intro to Padlet. So anyway, the Padlets you see here go with the chapter. So we have the intro, the chemistry, the cells, the tissues, and skin. So if I click that, it's going to take you to a Padlet that I've created. Again, it's a wiki board. It has links to several videos that go through some of the competencies. So if you like visuals, if you like videos, if you spend a lot of time on YouTube, this is kind of basically like a YouTube hub for specifics to what we're doing. So we're specifically looking at an introduction to the human body. So I've got some video panels here. You can click on those. You can watch them right in here. You can right click, open them up into YouTube. You can read through. Students make comments on these, so you can certainly go through and make comments if you'd like. It's not required. You're not going to get any points for doing it. You're not going to get any points taken away if you don't do it. But I highly recommend going to these Padlets and watching these videos and maybe reading through even and making some comments if you'd like. If you do go to any of these, so again, if I click the chemistry one, it's going to open up several videos on the different objectives that we go through in chemistry, and so on and so forth. Oh, and by the way, if you click my name there, it'll take you to you can access. The general A&Ps are green and the advanced are blue, but they all have videos, so feel free to check those out. But again, if you do go to any of those or all of them, click this mark reviewed button, just so it lets me know that students are using it. I mean, I know they are because they put comments, but individual students, when you mark reviewed, it kicks it a little notification to me that that you're using that. And again, whether or not it's useful, I think it's best. Most students, the consensus is they find Padlets very useful, especially because a lot of you are visual learners. Let's see, visible body course link is also in here. I usually don't put that under each unit. That's just going to take you. I'll pull it up over here. Okay, let me just put on the brakes real quick. We're in the units folders, right? Um, there's another item here called assignments. We'll look at that in just a few minutes. Same with the Google Slides. We've delved into a little bit into this area. This has your OpenStack's link, so this will take you right to the OpenStack's homepage that we looked at. Okay, it'll take you there. The visible body course link, that's where I'm going now. And then my YouTube channel, if you click that, again, it's going to have a General A&P playlist, so you can it takes you right to it. So you can, that basically what you're going to see is the first 2 units in there. And then again, there's the Padlet homepage hyperlink. So again, you don't have to go into each unit folder to access these items. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. So let's click that visible body course link. Visible body, again, this is something that you're definitely, some of you are already, I think about 5 or 6 of you have already registered. You're in the course, so excellent work. And you'll see in visible body that there's a little getting started under each of these pluses, these folders. You're going to have a couple items to do. And really these are more or less kind of FYI, except the quizzes. You do want to take all of the quizzes that you see. This getting started quiz, the graded quizzes. Now, when it says modules and practice quizzes, you're not required to do the practice quizzes. I would recommend that you do them, but the graded quizzes are what go into what I ultimately will pool at the very end and take the number from visible body and put it into your Blackboard grade book. Okay, so if I click graded quizzes, it comes up. There are 3 of them. There's a dissection quiz and a couple of other multiple choice quizzes. And again, you can use your notes. You can use, you can take it unlimited. No, I think I have it set for 2 attempts. So if you need more than 2 attempts, if you need unlimited attempts, I can set it to be unlimited. So I don't want to restrict you from learning. So so anyway, I'm very flexible, and if you need more than 2 attempts on a quiz, just shoot me an email and let me know. But that's what I defaulted it at. Okay, so then we can see again, we've got modules and practice quizzes, anatomy identification. Again, this is all optional except the graded quizzes. And again, many students are finding that when they go into this modules and quizzes, that these are very useful. So they're almost like a they're some of them use this more than they use OpenStacks. I'm going to put it that way. So please dive into either, or I would dive into both OpenStacks and visible body. They're both extremely helpful. And again, if you go back and watch any of my videos that I have on my YouTube channel for General A&P, here we go. If you watch any of these videos, I go through visible body. I discuss how it works, and we kind of navigate through, especially the Thursday sessions. Usually we do a little bit with visible body in those. So anyway, I can do another video for you guys as well on how to use visible body, but I do want to keep this relatively short. I think I've probably gone way overboard already. So anyway, I'm almost done, I promise. So that's visible body. Please get acclimated to start using it a little bit, and then I'll do a video. I'll do a video later this week that kind of goes through just visible body and some of the key features. But I do want to assure you that visible body, you really don't need me necessarily to do a video on how to use visible body, because they have excellent resources in visible body. Just dive in. You're not going to break it. Getting started with visible body is exactly where you want to start. So I'll leave it at that. If you have questions on visible body, if you're struggling with it at any point, just email me and let me know, and I'll get you straightened out with it. But just go right down the line. Just go. It's already set up. It's already organized for you. Hit the getting started and open that baby up, and it is a file. It's a PDF file. It'll open up. This has everything you need to know about visible body in a nice 11-page form. It's got some hyperlinks for you. So please, please go through that. It'll tell you everything. Some of you maybe already have. And then don't forget to do the getting started quiz. Okay. So there's your video on how to do visible body, your video within a video. Go to the getting started. It'll guide you through. All right. Lastly, for each unit, you're going to have an assignment. So you have 5 units, 5 assignments. These are combined, not combined. I take images and illustrations from visible body, and so visible body is going to help you extremely. Uh, Visible body is going to be extremely helpful, is what I'm trying to say, to answer all of these identification questions that you'll see in your assignments. The first parts of the assignment, or the first part of the assignments, are Openstacks and the terminology. The key term spot will help you with those. Visible body also has terminology and key terms definitions. So anyway, both are helpful. So this is, if you click on that assignment, it's going to pop up something that looks like this. The due date for everything, again, is Friday, December 11th at 11:59 p.m. And here's the Dropbox here. This is where you're going to either browse your computer, and it's like an email attachment. So what are you supposed to do? Well, it's sitting right here. This is the document. You're going to want to download that. And then when you open it up, it's going to be broken up basically into 2 sections. You're going to have a list of definitions that you need to work on. And again, you can be clear and concise with these definitions. How you approach this is truly up to you. I'm not here to micromanage you, just give you suggestions on how to learn items. So some students use this as a check off. They go through and they write a little brief, 1 or 2 words. You don't have to use complete sentences, but the words they know, so they'll do it kind of beforehand. So that most students will take the key term, or they'll take the assignment, they'll look over it, and they'll go through, and they'll kind of give themselves a rating of or they'll even write in what they think a definition might be, or they'll think about it. I think I know what this is. I think, and there are other terms, organelle, for instance. Maybe you've never heard of that. So anyway, how you approach this is, it's really just kind of a check off of terminology that you should be exposed to, within each chapter, because anatomy is a ton of terms. So you can see all of these different terms. And again, it varies. You have 5 of these assignments, and the terms vary from 100 to 150. This is one of the higher ones, I think. Okay, and then there's just visible body, some identification items. Again, you can go through visible body, and it's basically a step-by-step right out of visible body. Okay, so once you're done, once you fill that in, you can just save it as what it is. Put your last name. So go over here, File, Save As. And it populates this, and then what you just need to do is maybe put a dot or an underscore and then your last name. Okay, and then now that you've saved it, you can click Browse My Computer, go into Documents, find where you just saved it. Oops. Now we'll just pull that one out there, drop it in there like so, and then click Submit. And you'll get an email receipt that tells you that you submitted it. That's all you need to do. Just pull that Word doc. eh, There it goes. And type in everything and then save it and put it in the Dropbox. You have 5 of those to do. I do have hyperlinks for those, so you don't necessarily have to go into units every time. If you click the assignments hyperlink out here, there are the 5 drop boxes. So right away, what I would suggest is go right into assignments, click each one of these. Okay, we'll do number 2 and download that Word document. Boom, you have it. So you have your all 5 of your assignments downloaded onto your computer, and then just start working on them. And as you finish them, put them in the Dropbox. Okay, so those are those tabs. And let me go back to units real quick. So there you go, units 1 through 5. And then the other thing that's in here is the final exam. The final exam is 150 multiple choice questions. And these questions are pulled randomly from a 250 question test bank. And again, there's questions that pertain to everything you'll have done throughout the semester. So once you, and again, this is self-paced. Some students zip through this. They'll get the 5 unit assignments done. They'll get the 45 quizzes done, and they're ready to take the final exam, in 4 or 5 weeks, and that's fine. Some students take their time, they pace themselves, and they do it at the end. How you do it is up to you, but know that there's no time limit on the final exam, and you do have 3 attempts. So but again, each attempt, you're going to probably see some different questions because, again, it is from a pool of 250 questions. So you'll get a random 150 questions each time you take it from a 250 question pool. Highest score gets kept, so you can take it 3 times and the highest score is kept. And again, that's going to close at 11:59 p.m. Friday, December 11th. So how do you do it? Well, you click it, you open it, it gives you a little bit of detail, multiple attempts. We already know all of that. It doesn't have a timer, so once you hit begin, you're all set. It's going to pull up all 150 questions, and you can go through and just answer them, take your time, and use your visible body, use your notes, use whatever you need to go through and take that exam. You have 3 attempts to do it. It keeps the high score. Okay. The thing about nursing and working in healthcare is we want to encourage you to use all the resources available to get the correct answers. So please go for it. All right, so that's it. Yeah, you've got 5 assignments all located in here. You've got the final exam located under units, and then invisible body. Throughout, you're going to see quizzes, graded quizzes. You're going to just go through and take those graded quizzes. You'll be all set. The rest of these are links. Again, I just encourage you to check out some of these if we haven't. I think we looked at all these. Yeah, textbook info. Okay. My grades, you can check your grades there. Instructor info, if you click that, it'll pop open a couple little tidbits about my background. But again, there's another hyperlink to email me if you need to email me. Zoom office hours link between 10:30 and 11:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, between 10 and noon, and 5 and 6 on Wednesdays. I'm live in the Zoom room. You're also welcome to come to any of my class sessions that are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:40 till around 1:30, and then from 6 to around 7:30 or 8. There and then here's another spot. You can email me. You can email your colleagues or other students from here as well. And then this last section, or these last 2 sections, are just kind of supplemental help stuff. There's a crash course YouTube channel that's awesome. Quizlet has some great resources. There's a Gateway library course page that's just full of awesome information. And then here's another Openstacks type of text called Boundless A&P. Many students get some very good results from that. Okay, and then again, if you have Blackboard problems or need technical support, that's in there too. All right, the last thing I want to mention really quickly is, you need to get the visible body. At least half of you already have it, so great work there. Remember, you just click on the link. It's in the announcements, and it'll give you some options. Okay, so you click on this visible body link, and it's going to give you options of course, I obviously it takes me right to it, but it'll take you, if you haven't signed up for Visible Body, you don't have an account, you click that, it'll take you to a screen where you set up an account. And then once you set up an account, it's and go to the next screen, it's going to give you three options. You can either purchase access to get this like it is right now for $49.99. I don't even know if there's tax. I think it's just $49.99 flat. You click that, you enter in PayPal or credit card or whatever, debit card, and you're in. It'll also, another option it'll have is it'll ask you if you have a code that you purchased from your bookstore. If you purchased a code from the Gateway Bookstore, you enter that code into that spot, hit submit. The last option you have, the third option, is to enroll in like a 14-day, 15-day, basically like a 2-week free trial. Okay, so click that option. If you don't have access yet, you don't have $50 yet, or you don't have the bookstore hasn't sent it out to you yet, please sign up for that 14-day free trial. Once that 14 days is over, or even within that 14 days, if you do get your code, it doesn't, you don't, it keeps everything you did during the free trial. It's just under your account. So anyway, please do that. And again, watch the Getting Started with Visible Body, or not watch it, but open that up and look through it. Other than that, again, I can't emphasize enough that you need to get access to Visible Body, and oh, once you do have access to it, this is what you're going to see. But this is also where I was heading with this. This one right here says My Apps. So when you click My Apps, either of these two, I recommend all of them, but for us right now, these are the two you're going to want to use. And it'll actually, once you're working on your assignments, it actually will pull up. Oops, let me pull this up. Modules and practice quizzes. If I click that, it's actually going to pull up one of those apps. Now, if I'm on my tablet or my phone, I need to have downloaded that app. Okay, I'm going to exit out because as you noticed, the computer starts to glitch and does the robot a little bit. So, but that's pretty much it. Again, if you ever have questions, please feel free to email me. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, please stop in at any time to my live office hours, or come into either of my General A&P 1140 classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or 6 p.m., 6:05 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday as well. So that's all I have for you. Have a great night and a great day, and have a great 8 weeks, and stay on top of things. Okay. And please, again, reach out if you ever need help.